Hey, U.S. history. Our new topic is the 1920s. We're going to talk today about prosperity and production of popular entertainment. It says for many middle class Americans, the 1920s was a decade of unprecedented prosperity. So America's going to be doing really well. It comes out of the war in a really good position. We didn't fight World War I on our soil, and other countries are very needy, so it creates a situation where we could provide for them, which makes us more economically prosperous, and just a lot of different dynamics that we'll talk about that led to this prosperity. But the rising earnings for Americans generated more disposable income. Guys, the term disposable income means that you got more to spend on things that aren't necessities. In this case, for the consumption of entertainment, leisure, and consumer goods. This new wealth coincided with and fueled technological innovations, resulting in the booming popularity of entertainments like movies, sports, and radio programs. This is kind of 1920s is considered a golden age in those eras, golden age of movies, a golden age of sports, particularly professional sports takes off in the 1920s. And then radio programs. This is a time and day before television. A lot of the ways that we watch television, stream things to this day, that format was applied to radio at the time. Henry Ford's advances in the assembly line efficiency created a truly affordable automobile. So cars are becoming more accessible to most Americans. It's making car ownership a possibility for many Americans. And then advertising became also as big an industry in the 1920s as manufactured goods. And many families relied on new forms of credit to increase their consumption levels and strive for a new American standard of living. So we're going to see how credit became an issue. It gave accessibility to a lot of things in the 1920s that American families hadn't had until that point. But that's also going to create an issue and a problem when the bottom drops out in future chapters when we talk about the 1930s. 1920s become the first big decade of movies. The equivalent where you would see today streaming, how, our Netflix and these other streaming possibilities. In fact, movies have seen a big transition. Fewer people in the 2020s are going now to movies, and more of them are streaming these motion pictures, which since the pandemic have been going straight to streaming and straight to our houses. But in the 1920s, the movies were new and they were innovative and they were super popular. And again, understanding the themes, people have more disposable income, people have, more capability of spending on entertainment, and a lot of them spend it on movies. You had some movie theaters in the 1920s in big cities that could seat thousands of people at one time. And movies become an extremely important aspect of the popular culture and of the consumer culture during this time. With that, you see the first generation of movie stars, names like Rudolph Valentino, who was kind of the serious romantic type actor, Clara Bow, the it girl, and her sex appeal. And Charlie Chaplin becomes kind of the first major comedian in motion pictures. And we can see here is a picture of Charlie Chaplin. He was nicknamed the Tramp, and this movie was from The Kid in 1921. Now, an interesting aspect of movies at this time is that they were silent movies. So they hadn't perfected the technology where you could actually speak. And so you would have captions in between scenes. And it also kind of brought a real different take on acting, if you can imagine, without the voice component of it. Very interesting time but definitely the age of movies in America. To show you how quickly technology was improving, by the end of the decade in 1927, you actually had your first what was called talkie movie, which meant that you did have the audio and the audio acting to go along with the scenes. That movie was called The Jazz Singer. And so you're starting to see a new transition in that. Also important in the 1920s was the focal point of Hollywood, being where a lot of the movie industry was, a lot of the actors were, a lot of the acting went on. And so you see really the 1920s starting this trend. Theme in section 1 is disposable income. Americans are doing better. A middle class is emerging. Again, the middle class would be, people that aren't independently wealthy and can do anything they want because they're so wealthy, nor are they impoverished and worried about, just survival at the end of the month. They have a little bit extra left over, and that's, again, what's meant by disposable income. So, besides entertainment or going to the movies, this also created an opportunity for the automobile industry. Henry Ford played a major part in that. His Model T in the 1920s really transformed the whole automotive industry because now it was becoming more affordable. For example, cars that were $850 to $300 or $850 in 1908 by 1924 were $300. Now we see the trend go opposite these days in buying cars. Prices seem to go up. So just imagine what a dramatic impact that had. It had the impact of giving a lot of people the possibility of car ownership, and that all starts in the 1920s. So some more specifics on how the price was able to be dropped and Ford's role in that was not only the improving technology, but also the improving techniques that are being used in factories, specifically Ford's moving assembly line, as you see pictured here in the textbook, where workers could focus on one aspect of making the car and make it more efficiently, make it quicker, and therefore, if it's more cost effective, you could charge less for it, and it opens it up to bigger markets. So the assembly line is extremely important component. So it's not just technology, it's also techniques that are improving that leads to the accessibility of more automobiles by the 1920s. We're also seeing air travel take off in the 1920s. It had been around for about a decade or so before this, and in fact, World War I, we saw the first airplanes used and utilized in warfare. But we're starting to see it become more and more accessible to the commercial industry, meaning people could actually fly and go places. But by the time we get to the 1920s, so the Wright brothers had, it talks about here, had kind of created the first types of airplanes, but by the 1920s, names like Charles Lindbergh become very, very famous for his role and his ability to fly and break records of distance and speed with airplanes. So we're getting closer and closer to the reality of commercial airline travel because of the decade of the 20s. Lindbergh became an international hero mainly because of these remarkable feats he was doing. I mean, think of, for example, we're kind of looking at space and can somebody travel can we get humans traveling to Mars? Well, this was kind of the equivalent of traveling to Mars, was Lindbergh doing all of these long major flights. His plane was called the Spirit of St. Louis. He makes transatlantic flights, meaning from America over to Britain at this time. And it really does kind of capture the imagination of the public, and it leads to more technology and more innovation in the airline industries. With the increase of consumer goods came the increase in actual advertising and marketing. You see here this picture of advertisements within magazines and such. You start to see, because people have the money to spend, business owners are trying to reach out to households and advertise in things like magazines or on billboards or things like that. So you really see a new strategy in marketing and more increased advertisement occurring in the 1920s. The medium of radio is dominant at this time, where you have, like I said before, the equivalent of how we stream or watch TV today. A lot of those same types of programs were on radio, and Americans would purchase radios, have them in their households, sit around the radio at night listening to programs. And it also has a major impact on sports, because now live events like sporting events can be broadcast over the radio, and it really connects more and more people to sports in a time that they have more disposable income, more time on their hands to enjoy these kind of things. More people are attending sporting events because more people are listening to sports on the radio. It really leads to kind of the age of the sports icon, who becomes familiar to Americans and popular worldwide. So like a Tom Brady in the NFL today, or a LeBron James in basketball. Really the pioneers to this was like a Babe Ruth or Helen Wills that you see here, professional athletes in the 1920s who became very popular and very well known because of the access that people have to sports, to attending sports, and to hearing about sports over a radio. So in closing, looking at kind of the learning objectives to what was going on here, one discussed the role of movies in the evolution of American culture. So people, again, have more time, have more money, and have more access to the movies, and it becomes really kind of the phenomenon of the day in terms of entertainment. Explain the impact of radio on nationalization and homogenization. So I want to kind of further discuss that. What that means is radio broadcasts now were nationwide. And so people all over America are hearing the same thing. So it creates a situation of homogenization, which means people are becoming more alike because they're hearing and consuming similar items, hearing things, watching things, or not watching at the point, actually hearing the radio broadcast, but hearing the same kind of things nationwide. And so it's going to create a true American culture, where it was hard to do that before you had radio broadcasts or national broadcasts of any time. And then the last learning objective analyzed the ways in which the automobile, especially the Model T, transformed American life. So how the car became accessible to Americans, both because Americans are getting wealthier and have more time on their hands, but also because of improvements in the assembly line and the techniques and the technology of cars, and being able to make them more affordable.